Tonight I have tried and tried to make it. So here we are. I'm making this video to address some things that has been going on as to some of the reasons as to why I'm not posting. And I noticed in some of my videos my eyes might go this way. It's because my what you call it? What's this thing called? My camera thing is over here and I'm too busy staring at myself. So anyways, this person has gone on to say things such as that they think that Jack's nose is too flat, and saying all kinds of things like there might be some kind of health trouble, all kinds of things. So I'm clearing the air. First of all, I have not had any trouble with Jack. Like literally, his vet has always said like he is the healthiest English Bulldog he's ever seen. A lot of English Bulldogs, this is the thing, is that some have asthma, breathing problems, things like that, because you know it plays a lot to do with weights, the way they're structured, but another thing, a big cause of it too, is because of years of inbreeding, which I do not condone. I'm not a fan of inbreeding. I don't believe in it. To me, it's just wrong, and it's wrong to the puppies. That's just my opinion. Don't get crazy. Well, basically this person has been saying things like that. Well, they have gone as far as to say that he probably has health problems passing on to his puppies. I don't know, that kind of stupid stuff. Like, it's ridiculous the amount of stuff that they have been saying. And you know, in the Bulldog business, you don't mess with people's dogs. Like, no, like 11 years ago when my parents started doing this, you know, people had a lot of respect. Like, you didn't see people over there talking about other people's dogs the way they do now. Like, it's ridiculous. Then just to tear down someone's business, like, it's ridiculous. So here we are. Well, I'm here to clear this up because if you guys follow me on Facebook or group Chima's Beautifuls, even on here, whatever, y'all know how to get a hold of me. Y'all know how to message me. I will send y'all, if y'all ask for it, I will send y'all a the vet notes I have on my dogs, like all of them. I still have, like, my parents, they kept doing stuff. They still have the record things, like from Capone and Juliet, all of them. And I'm not ashamed because I have nothing to hide. Like, all my dogs are healthy. I'm not ashamed of it. And you know, I'm not 100% sure who started these rumors. I have a few ideas of who it could be, but I'm not going to say anything because, of course, you know, you ask people if it is them, and even though you have screenshots and things, whatever, they're going to deny it. So this is all I gotta say to this person. Of course, your name was blocked out, pictures covered and everything, but this is all I gotta say for you. Do not talk about my dogs. Unless you want to start something with me, do not mess with my dogs, bro. Like, no. I'm usually a calm person. Y'all seen in my videos. I'm a calm person. I don't bother anyone. I hung out with the wrong crowd when I was younger. So best believe that whenever it comes to something I love, it's the chola in me won't come out. And I do not respect people who would go and try to sabotage somebody's business for their own gain. Like, who do you think you are? Like, what do you expect from this? Like, eventually you continuing to say these things about different people, but the same things, like, eventually it's going to catch up to you. Like, that person, like, the last person you tell is going to go tell other people of who you've talked about and everything. Like, it's going to add on and add on and add on. They'll be like, this person is just starting problems. Like, eventually it's going to catch up to you. So I just want to know, where in their selfish minds is it okay to pick on someone's pets and to say things like, what do you get out of it? Like, I'm waiting. And you know, I don't advertise Jack a lot. Like, I do have people message me, asking me what my stud fee is, things like that. People have used him. But, and see, that's with me not even having to advertise. They're just a fan of his look. Like, if you go on the Beautifuls page, you see him, and people are like, and then when they see him in person, like, they're amazed at how little he is. Like, I'm 5 feet tall. He doesn't even come all the way up to my knee. He's what many people would call mini. And, you know, he's wrinkly. It's all natural. And he's just beautiful. And I guess that kind of thing, like, it, like, pokes at people's envy. And their jealousy gets the best of them. So I just don't, like, your jealousy is going to take you to a whole other level, to the point where you're willing to talk about other people and their business, things like that. Like, come on. And, like, grow up. And just know, you know, I have a feeling that this person, from the way things were said to me, they think I'm stupid and think I don't realize how they talk or how they act. And, like, I'm not stupid. Because, I mean, a normal person, they're gonna investigate. Like, say I come up and I talk about something about you. Okay, I'm gonna come talk about you. You're seeing how I'm talking right here. You can see, if someone messages me, they see how I message. They see how I act, what I believe, things like that. And, you know, you go and you look at the messages and you're like, this sounds like so and so. But of course, you can't really say much about it, because it starts drama. And, you know, like, people are so willing to talk so much stuff about everyone but their own selves. Like, this is how self-absorbed people are. They believe that whenever they do something wrong, that it's okay. Just because they think it's okay, to them it's okay. It doesn't mean to society it's okay. Like, okay, for example, you date someone out of your race, like, and say you have a very racist family. They're going to tell you, oh, that's wrong. Okay, I'm going to stand by you, because, you know, even though they think it's wrong, this is, like, you have the right to love whoever you love. Well, let's say you go and you screw someone over on money, or anything else, and you think it's always okay because I really need money. Like, there's thousands of people out there who need money, bro, but you don't see them screwing people over. Like, get a job, do something. Don't sit there and talk mess. Like, and see, now all I can do is laugh, because people, they'll come ask me, they're like, oh, is it true, what I was told? Is it true? I'm like, well, what you hear? Like, if it's true, I'm gonna tell you it's true. But in this case, it's all lies. And, you know, for someone to deliberately come up and try to sabotage my business, like, right now, we might just be a stud service. But, best believe, we put a big effort. Like, my dogs, y'all seen on my last videos what they eat. I spend more on food for my dogs than for myself. Like, the same amount that I spend on my kids is what I spend on my dogs. The same amount of care that I put into my kids, I put into my dogs. And to think that someone thinks it's okay to come up and say things like, and then they call themselves an adult. They call themselves grown. I'm 26 years old. Never has it crossed my mind to sit there and talk smack to other people about someone's dogs. Like, yeah, I don't care how much I dislike you. I'm not going to do that. That's not who I am. So, I mean, it bothers me to a point. But now, I can laugh, because, like, at the point I was willing to, text this person and be like, oh, did you say this? I was waiting on him to say, yes, I did it. Like, okay, let's square up, because I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to let you sit there and talk about my dogs. Like, no. But now, I know it's all coming to bite them, because people who told me things are like, they said the same thing about these other people. So, just like I said, eventually it's going to come bite you. And there's the thing, the person who is saying all these things is pretending to be a friend. And the thing is, like me and my best friend Selena, we've been friends for 11 years. To this day, we're good friends. She has never betrayed me. She's always stuck up for me. Everything, like, that's a true friendship. Like, we've been through a lot of things together, and we never argued ever, like, gone to a fight. Nothing. Me and my friend Carmen, we've never argued. If she thinks something's wrong or whatever, she's going to tell me. I ain't got no problem with it, because I'd rather somebody tell me the truth. But for someone to pretend to be your friend and say things, like, just best believe that I'm not going to stick up for you no more. I'm not going to be the same stupid person who goes and tells everybody, oh, why are you saying this about so-and-so when they're such a good person? I'm not going to. So, this is basically why I have not been on here, is because of this problem, this and other things that's been going on. And, I have my 4 kids. I have, 4 dogs. And, it's a thing, running behind them, everything. And, I wasn't even going to say nothing. I wasn't going to be petty like I'm being right now and say anything. But talking to my stepdad, we came to a conclusion. He's like, you know what? You got to address it, because when they talk bad about Jack and Lucy and all these dogs that are ours, they're talking bad about me. And you know, that perspective didn't hit my mind until he said it. But yeah, it's like talking bad about all of us, because many people don't realize the kind of respect we have for these dogs. Like, we take a lot of pride in what we do. Like, right now we're out there building it by hands. Basically like a condo out there for them. That's going to have AC and everything. Like, we're doing our best. And we make sure that they're not overbathed, but they're bathed enough. We make sure that we take care of their wrinkles, their tail pockets, everything. I make sure they're clean, okay, and ready to go. You know, I had a vet tell me, you know, you don't have to clean the tail pockets if you don't want to. We can just amputate it. Like, no, why am I going to make my dog go through surgery, you know, for something, you know, that I can be doing every day? Which, I mean, I understand, you know, there's people who that's not for them, and they'd rather just go ahead and get the surgery done because, you know, they have busy lives and it's already hard enough to wash a bulldog. But, you know, as for me, you know, I'd rather just clean it. It's just easier. And because, I mean, like with Lucy, she's a very good dog. Like, after her C-sections and everything, she like snapped back. And she was like, with Jack and them, they brought her home and she was groggy from the C-section, and she still got up and to go look for them and everything. Like, she was groggy, still looking for her puppies, and she went and sat there like she knew they had to be fed. But still, you know, you have to take care of the oh, my cat scared me. You have to take care of, you know, the stitches, everything that's going on. And you have to make sure, you know, everything is clean, okay, so they don't get infected. Well, you know, the amount of care we put into this is why my stepdad told me, he's like, you have to address it, because he says not only has it been, you know, kind of digging into you wanting to get on YouTube and continue doing what you need to do, he goes, it's putting a bad name on our business, you know. And I mean, he's right. So I only have this to say to this person: karma's gonna come back and get you. Might not be today, might not be tomorrow, might not be whenever, but it's coming. I'm not gonna do nothing personally. I'm still a respectful person enough not to sit there and talk about anyone's dogs, especially if I'm not 100% sure it's you. But even if I did, I would not sit there and talk about your dogs like that, like the way this person has talked about mine. Let that be clear. Because why sit there and talk like that, talk down on a defenseless bulldog who has done nothing to you, who you've probably not even met, or if you have met, you know, you've seen how kind he is and calm. So why would you want to sit there and talk so much stuff? Like, but anyways, I'm not gonna let it eat at me. This is basically why I have been away. So, you know, I'm gonna take this moment to make it, you know, basically like a vlog, since I'm already up and since I'm already eating. So, you know, so here we go. So I just stopped the camera a minute so I could go find a fork. I'm gonna eat some cheesecake. This is how I deal with my problems sometimes, which is why I've gotten chunky over the years. People be telling me, you know, like lately I have lost weight because back in 2015 I weighed nearly 200 pounds. I got sick that year, and I'm telling you guys, I lost down a lot of weight. Like, we're talking like in the 150s. That's how sick I was. Because, and you know, it lasted months. I could not hardly eat. The pain was so unbearable. It was like headaches. It felt like someone was taking a knife and just, you know, stabbing me. Like, starting from here and, you know, coming through here and all through, like, it literally. And you know, my husband, he took me to the hospital here, and they're like, and the thing is, I live in this tiny little town. I guess you could call it like basically a little hillbilly town, because these doctors basically, you see, my cousin works at this hospital, and she is wonderful at her job. Like, let me tell you, if you're put in the hospital, like admitted into the hospital, they take really good care of you. But say you go to the ER, they just want to get you out of there. They don't want to deal with you, because I went here and they're like, oh, it's a what was it? Supposedly I had a bladder infection or something like that. I don't know. I did not go in there complaining about having to use the bathroom. I did not go in there complaining about anything other than my headache. Like, I was literally puking in there because I was hurting so bad. And these people are like, oh, it's probably just, this is sometimes a symptom. Like, I've never heard of that. And I mean, obviously I've had a bladder infection, like, hello. So I know what it's like. I mean, I've only had like 2 ever, but still. Anyways, my husband took me to this hospital. We went home, and I'm telling you, I tried Tylenol, I tried ibuprofen, I tried everything. They gave me some kind of medicine. I can't remember what it was called, but supposedly for that, and I couldn't take it. Like, it was like, say it wasn't like, it was supposed to be some kind of pain medication. It was not even touching it, but it was making me puke. Anyways, my husband, like, I would be, but anyways, my husband, I would be at home, and the only way that it would even kind of go away is if I was asleep. So, you know, I was taking, I don't know how many baths a day, just letting the water hit me like all over here. Like, it was not going away. And my mom would call my husband, and he would try to come and help me, like, trying everything he could. Like, I would go to work, and it wouldn't even be the middle of my shift, and I would feel like the tears coming. And then like, finally I went home, and it got to a point I couldn't even go back to work. Like, all of this inside of my fingers and the nail beds, they were I guess it was my circulation, I don't know, it was turning purple, and I was in so much pain. My husband took me to Vidalia, you know, the little onion city. And I mean, I had my son there, Dominic, and they were a good hospital. But also, you know, if you're in there, if you're a patient, you're admitted. Because when I went to go have my baby, you know, they made everything so calm, and everything, and I have to have a C-section every time because my daughter was born via emergency C-section because my cervix doesn't open. Well, when I got, and then usually I always go into a panic attack. I have really bad anxiety, and I got there. I didn't even have a panic attack. That's how calm they had me, and you know, they're just really good if you're in there. And you know, when I had my babies here in this town, you know, they would have me on a clear diet until they could hear my stomach rumble supposedly or something like that. But over there, like I was shocked. I was like, oh, I just had a C-section when they brought me regular food. Like they brought me a burger, I think, and fries and a soda. And I was like, I just had a C-section. They're like, oh, we know. Are you still groggy? Do you want us to come back with your food? I was like, they're going to let me eat regular food? I was like, aren't I on a clear diet? And she looked up and she goes, no, are you supposed to be? And I said, well, when I had them before, they put me on one. And she's like, oh, no. She goes, some hospitals do that. It's not necessary. So, anyways, you know, the stuff is just really good. Like, they would, oh, stupid flies. I wasn't, like, say, I didn't even feel my pain from my C-section until, like, the next day. And, they would try to keep me as comfortable as possible. If they noticed I would be tired or anything, they would come get my baby and try to help me or whatever. And they were just really good and calm. The one thing I did not like about the hospital though is two things. Is that when I had my son, they took him for his circumcision and put on a plastibell, which is like a little plastic thing, and it scared me to death. Do not ever let them put that on your sons. If you believe in circumcision, do not let them get that. And I'm telling you, that thing was supposed to fall off like a week later. And I was so scared, guys, because I thought, I took him to the pediatrician, and that doctor was like, if it's not off by so-and-so day, I'm going to have to take him in and take it off. I was so scared. I did not want my baby to have to go through that. Thankfully, it fell off by itself. But I was so traumatized about that thing. Even to this day, I ask people, do not let your babies get that. I even saved it in his baby book. I know I sound crazy, but I'm telling you, do not let your sons get this. And you know, I would have rather 10 times more rathered them do the circumcision like they done my first sons. But basically, that's one thing I didn't like. The second thing is the emergency room situation, because I went up there. I was in pain. My husband was there with me. I was crying in a lot of pain. And my cat keeps on acting crazy. And I was in a lot of pain. I was doubled over crying. And you know, I was there like, I bet you like 6 hours waiting in that emergency room. I ended up telling them, you know what, I'm just going to try to go to another hospital. I can't take it. And the lady, instead of saying, oh, wait, or trying to help me in any kind of way, all she said is, okay, well, just sign this paper saying that you're leaving. So I left. I went home. I was in pain again. And my husband finally took me to Waycross. And when we got to Waycross, that hospital helped me right away. I bet you I went in that waiting room more than 10 minutes. They got me to the back, asked me what was going on, hurried up. I told them I was pregnant at this time because the other hospital was trying to put me on pain medication even though I was pregnant, trying to tell me it was okay. And I told them, like, I do not want heavy pain medications because I'm pregnant. I don't want nothing to happen to my baby. At this time, I was about 16 weeks, I want to say. And they were like, okay, we're gonna do this and this, we're gonna and they checked and everything, gonna find out I had viral meningitis. And this is what the doctor said. He said I would do a spinal tap. He goes, but I can guarantee you it's viral meningitis. He gave me medications, antibiotics, everything. I went home. I'm telling you, that stuff started clearing up like right away. After I took all that stuff, like, it was crazy because I'm telling you, my face, since then I've stayed, around the same weight. But I'm telling you, I was under 200 pounds at that time, and I lost down to this. Like, right now I'm 145, I believe. And it was just ridiculous. But I have no idea how I got into the story now. Don't you just say that? Anyways, that's basically what happened last time I lost weight. Oh yeah, I was talking about how I drink yellow. Anyways, there was that. But anyways, I was just going to make this video, to let you guys know what was going on. Since some people want to be haters and talk a lot of smack about things, and you see, I may have been just 15 when my parents started. But trust me, that's still 11 years of experience, because anyone who has a parent that has a business or anything like that, even pets, you know that they're going to ask you to do things to help them with the pets or whatever. And I did. So, that's 11 years of experience right there. This person had me so mad. I went to my Hispanic accent. See, when I first started school, I was born in Florida. My mom is American, but her first husband was really abusive, my brother's father. And we weren't allowed to speak English in the house, like, ever. And I think I was almost 2 when they got married. So, I didn't know a lot of English when I first started school. And sometimes when I'm really upset or angry or whatever, you can hear the accent come out. And sometimes the way I pronounce things, it's still there a little bit. So which, I mean, the good thing is I'm bilingual. I can read it, write it, speak it perfectly. I don't have a Central American accent, but a Mexican accent. And I have people all the time saying, oh, that's the same thing. Please do not ever go up to people saying that. Like, say I was brought up to believe that I was Mexican, because my brother's dad was so jealous. Like, he didn't want me to even know about my father. And I never even knew he wasn't my real father till he left. And my brother's aunt said the truth one day, and she was like, well, why are you upset? He was always so mean to you, and that's not your real daddy anyways. And she was like, if you notice, she goes, don't you realize that your brother has brown eyes and you have green eyes? Like, I don't know if you guys can see it. I have colored eyes. And I was like, what? I thought she was joking, because sometimes, the message be like, oh, quizás eres hijo o hija del lechero, like saying that you're the milkman's child, or del Sancho, your mom's other man. And I thought it was a joke, and I went and I asked my mom, and I asked him, and of course he got mad because I knew the truth now. And like even like years ago, I was about 17, and my mom was telling him that I was getting to know my family, and he goes, oh, why, if they didn't buy diapers and all these kind of things. And of course, they didn't know where I was or anything. Like, my dad was the last baby that my grandma had, and she had a lot of kids. Like, and we're talking double digits of kids. And he was the last one. He was the baby before my grandpa died, and I was his only child that we know of. Well, anyways, when my grandma met me, she was crying so bad because, ever since I had met her, she always said the same thing, that she didn't know how much longer she had. And I mean, I met her when I was, I want to say 11, and she would always say the same thing, like, oh, I don't know how much time I have left. She was saying that she wanted to be with her baby. And when I last spoke to her, she said, make sure that you come here to take care of me. And I was planning to go over there in Nicaragua and take care of her. And I was planning on it. I was working at the time and saving up to buy my ticket for me and my daughters. We was going to go over there and to my mamita passed. Well, sorry. She passed away when I was working, and that's the last I heard of her. And it was really sad that day, I knew she was sick, and to hear, your aunts tell you, and she was looking for you when she passed away, and she was asking for you, and we had to keep telling her that you was on your way so she could rest, and it just gets to you because you was the last thing they thought about. Well, I remember I came home, and at that time my husband, he was just my boyfriend at that time. And my cousin, she called me, and she's like, hey, I need to talk to you. Mamita passed away. And it just boggled me because I thought she was getting better, guys. Like, I really thought so. I thought I had more time. So if you have someone like that, please don't take it for granted. Like, to this day, like, I remember sitting there wondering, like, why did you take her away? Like, that's all I had of my dad. Like, never really got to me. And to know, that she was asking my aunts and all, like, where was I? And was I almost there and passing away? Well, And that day I was sitting there crying so bad, and Mauricio, my husband, he just like held me and he was like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. Like, I was just heartbroken because, you know, I was, like I said, I was saving up to go over there and to take care of her, and she was just gone like in the blink of an eye, literally. And but anyways, my brother's dad would say things like that, and, you know, to me it wasn't right, because I mean, of course, they didn't know where I was. My dad had passed away in '96, and at this time it was 2010, and I was about to have my daughter, and he was saying these things. Like, I got emotional, of course. So I mean, all those years he was with us, he was really abusive, and then he chose to wait till I was a teenager to basically try to be like a father towards me, I guess you could say. I mean, he did provide for us when he was with my mom, but, you know, it doesn't erase, you know, the abuse that he put us through. And maybe I'm speaking too much on this, but, you know, just to give y'all a little something about us. And, you know, my mom had had another boyfriend, and that's something I'm not going to get into. Like, after he left, and, you know, my stepdad, you know, he came and he seen how me and my brother were suffering, like literally having to go through a living hell there, and he came in and basically saved us from that. And, you know, that's why to this day, you know, I have so much respect for him, because he's done a lot for us, and he's just a good dad. And even, you know, with all this going on, he's like, please address it, because, you know, they're saying this and this, and it's not right. It's not right that they get away with saying things. I'm just sitting here blabbering to you guys. I'm just talking about random things that's been going on. So let's get back to the real issue, which is Jack. So if you guys want to see what I'm talking about the daughter notes, you know how you're holding me. You know, it shouldn't come to this point where people talk so badly about someone that they have to make it be known to that person who was stupid enough to say things, that you have records showing that there's nothing wrong with your dogs. And like, come on, I'm not stupid. I don't even put Jack with a dog that I believe is unhealthy, or if they tell me, you know, she's got this and this going on, I'm not putting Jack with her. And Lizzie, you know, she's tested, she's healthy and everything, but had the vet told me she's not healthy, she wouldn't have been bred. Like, I would have just kept her as a pet. In which I still love her like that and everything, which I do want to start my own, kennel, because my mom had incredible blessings, and, you know, they stopped for a while, which, I mean, she's licensed and everything, and now I have beautifuls. So she wants to get back into it. Her and also my stepdad wants to get back into it. So they're basically partnering with Bulldogs. See what I'm saying? And to me, it's more business, so I don't really mind. And she was like, "Oh, I want to use Jack." And I said, "Well, you got to make sure that the female you use is not related to Jack, because I'm not in. Because I mean, Lucy's his mom, and I think she can have like one more litter, and that's it." And I said, if he chooses to breed her one more time, that this is gonna be like at the same time they do her C-section, he's gonna go ahead and get her fixed. If not, he's just gonna take her, get her fixed all at one time. And that's just a thing that I'm telling you guys, proof, we really care about our dogs. So it is really annoying that people would go as far as to say things like you really didn't grow. Like, if you want me to treat you like an adult, please act like one. Like, the person who's saying these things is not a child. They're not. They are a grown adult, and they need to start acting like it. Like, I'm not gonna beat around the bush and, say, "Oh, yeah, you poor thing. You didn't mean to say this." Like, come on, you know what you was doing. So, keep that in mind. Do not talk about my dogs. This I'm gonna let it go. I have proof and all. But if I find out who this person is, and if they continue spreading the rumors, like, I'm gonna just confront them and tell them, "You know what, if you don't stop, it's gonna be a fight, guys." Like, it literally gonna be a fight. And and watch, I bet you this video gonna get reported too, because I can almost guarantee you. That's gonna be proof right there that whoever's seen it, and whoever is the person who was saying these things, seen this video, and they're gonna report it probably. Or maybe they'll get the message to quit being little babies and go on with their lives and worry about their own business and leave my name and my business out of their mouths. So let's just hope for the best, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my food. I'm probably gonna do another vlog tonight before I go to sleep, if I sleep. Because I took a nap today, guys, and I'm not tired at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit this, try to get it up onto YouTube for you guys as quickly as possible, because I've been trying and trying. I'm telling you, it's been ridiculous. So be ready. Bye.